Hello everyone, welcome to the LBC for Strategic Management. We are back again. After completing chapter number 1, we are at chapter number 2 finally. One of the most interesting chapters to understand as a strategist. Okay, and I see a lot of good mornings and happy mornings. A very good morning to all of you. I was trying to use the emoji function in the chat. Very cool thing. I figured that out today. Zoom also has emoji function. Every app is becoming same day by day. You can do the same thing on Instagram, same thing on WhatsApp. You can do the same thing on Zoom also. So very good morning to all of you who's wishing, and very good morning to you as well. Let's start our morning with a lot of energy to study. One of the best things in the morning is strategy, and that is what we're going to study today as well. Okay, last two sessions, we talked about introduction to strategic management, okay, which is chapter number 1. I keep going back to this slide because this is what the entire syllabus is all about. We talked about introduction to strategic management, the nature, the meaning of strategic management, vision, mission, intent, value systems of a business. We talked about the 3 levels in the organization: corporate, business, and functional level. We talked about how are they horizontally aligned. We talked about what are objectives, long term, short term, how do you make them measurable, make them concrete, make them challenging. They're not easy things to do, but challenging things to do, which are time bound, measurable objectives, long term, short term. We talked about a vision, we talked about a mission, we talked about so many companies, we talked so many organizations, and how are they using these concepts of strategic management. Strategy plus management combined together is strategic management. Management, two meanings: people who lead the organization, and management is bringing together all the resources to execute a plan is strategy. Okay, now all these things together form the base of the business. Once the base of the business is created, you know what to do, how to do, who will do what. Everything is clear. You have the resources, the money, the time, the people, the planning, everything is in place. What do you do next? The next is you test your assumptions with an analysis. Okay. Even before you go to an execution, you build a plan and then you probably do an analysis of the assumptions that you have for your business plan. Okay. Now this analysis has to be twofold. One is external environment analysis and second is internal environment analysis. One is external, what is happening beyond your control, what is happening outside your control, what is happening externally to your business is one you analyze. The second thing you analyze is internally, am I capable enough? Is my market, customer, channel, product, all of these things ready for me to be successful as a business? That comes under internal environment. You build a plan. Now we go on testing our assumptions. Okay. Chapter number 1, we have already built a plan. We know what our business does. We have a value system in the place. We have our vision, mission, goals, everything in place. We know who's at the corporate level, business level, functional level, decision making, resource allocation, real work. 3 layers of corporate we know now. Okay. Now today and a few sessions from today, we will learn about the analysis. How do you analyze environment, especially external environment, in this particular session? Okay. I see a question on the chat already. Mr. M says, what is ripple effect? What is ripple effect? Okay, let's open the chat to warm up everybody. Okay. Your friend is asking, what is ripple effect? Who can explain what is ripple effect? We're going to use ripple effect a lot of times in external and environment analysis as well. Who can help Mr. M or Miss M? I don't know. It's just written M. So what is ripple effect? What is ripple effect? Okay, Swati says when something is dropped in water, the circles which are created are called ripples. Very nice, Swati. Very nice. But what does ripple effect mean then is ripple is a wave of action where one thing affects everything. Okay. Is this MCQ in the ICAI module? No. Everything I teach here are not part of ICAI module. These are new MCQs for your practice. Okay. Deepak, that's absolutely the right answer. Okay. But I have more answers. The idea that a single action or decision can have far-reaching consequence. Great, Aditya. Omkar says effects start from the center and spreads to each level. That's right. Ripple effect, all of your answers are right. One thing affects second thing, third thing, fourth thing. It goes on for layers and layers and layers. It's called ripple effect. Something happens very small, but it affects every person, every single thing in the environment. That's called a ripple effect. It starts from one thing, but goes on to affect a lot of things and people. That's ripple effect. Okay. Coming back to our external environment analysis. Coming back to an external environment analysis. I have a question for you. First is, have you also observed, right? I have seen this a lot of times. Have you also felt this, that you figure out that there are certain markets, right, where everybody opens the same kind of shop? If there's a chemist market, 10 shops back to back are chemist shops, right? If you go to an ice cream thing, you will see Baskin Robbins, you will see Gyani's, you will see XYZ ice cream, natural ice cream in the same next to next, right? If you go to a clothing market, everybody is next to next. Why are they doing that, do you think? Why are they just getting so competitive? Why would they want to be there? Because then it becomes very difficult for them to compete because people have options next to next. Why do you think they're doing that? Okay, so this is concentration of target customers in that specific area. Okay. If not one, the customer will buy from another. Absolutely. But then that's competition, right, Omkar? Oh, Rajnandi, right? Rajnandi, isn't that the competition then? Why would I want to be so competitive? Why would I want so many people to be there? Why I don't I can be monopoly. I can be the single one selling that particular thing. Why am I doing that? I use it to test loyalty. This is not Splitsvilla. Why would you want to test the customer's loyalty as a business? All you're concerned about is sales. They have a loyal customer base and they know their strategy. But again, why would you want to just be around the same competitors? Okay. So that they can sell a wide variety of products so that if some particular thing is not there, one shop, they can go to the another one. So you're saying shops open for the ease of the customer. It's nothing to do with their strategy. To gain others market. Now that's interesting. Okay. To gain others market, popular market area, competition attract many customers. Absolutely, Ajay. You're coming to the point. Proactive. Where is proactive? You're aware of the competitor's response to an extent. Not necessary. I might not know what the other shop is doing. I might even know even if they're 2 kilometers away, I would still know what they're doing. They have a cartel in which all shops have the same pricing. Okay. That they work as a group together, gain goodwill due to customers' demand, which attracts foot traffic, makes the location shopping destination, encourages better pricing. Additionally, nearby shops may share supplies, leading to similar stocks. Local zoning regulations may designate certain areas. Okay, if it's illegally there, then maybe a different case. To know the strategy of others and apply it on itself to increase the margins. Okay, now let me ask you this question again. Let me rephrase this question. You are an excellent athlete. Okay, you are an excellent athlete. You know, if you start running, you would probably win the race. You're very fast, you're very strategic, you're very fit, you're a great athlete. Would you want to compete with the world's best athletes, or would you want to compete with average athletes when your chances of winning are more? Majority answers I see are best athletes. Want to compete with the best one. Why? Why are none of you thinking about winning? Why are you just concerned about your social image? I would rather go with average athletes and win the race. I have a choice. I have a clear choice to win. Why would I not win? Why would I just go with the best ones so that people think, oh, you competed with the best ones? Because if we win against the best one, Rajanandani, that will get more name and fame. But only if you win. That's what I'm saying. The chances of winning are less with the best athletes, but chances of winning are more with average athletes. It makes us better. It helps me improve in the long term. I'm the best and I have nothing to fear. Okay, Omkar, that's a great motivation for a Saturday morning. World's best. Okay, Aisha, Pranav, everybody. Pranav says average athletes. Pranav agrees with me. Okay. Rest everyone says best, best, best. Optimum utilization of resources. Challenging होना चाहिए. Okay. It will increase confidence if we win with the best ones. We will learn our shortcomings. Winning against average athletes may be easier, but it doesn't bring the same sense of accomplishment or growth as testing myself against the best one. Okay. The challenge is more rewarding, even if it means the outcome is less certain. Raises your bar. Very nice. Okay, I agree. I Everybody can have a different opinion. Can have a different opinion, but I think that's good that you have an opinion. I would want you to hold on to these thoughts now. Okay, what we just discussed. Hold on to these thoughts. I will link everything that you're thinking with this chapter of external analysis. What you're doing currently, okay, what your brain is doing currently is thinking a lot externally. Your brain is thinking a lot of external things. Your brain is not even thinking internal analysis right now. You are not even thinking about your own strengths in terms of, am I capable? Do I have the resources to win against the best people? Do I have the skill set to win against the best people? Maybe not. You're not even thinking internally. Are you prepared internally to compete with the best people? You haven't even thought about that. You're just pumped up, excited to compete with the best athletes. Now, this is where external and internal analysis starts becoming interesting. Our brains are attuned to think more externally than internally, and that's your topic today. Okay, in external environment analysis, why is your brain thinking about external things? How would I look outside? How would I compete? Who my competitors are? Who are going to be the people I'm going to win against? What will happen if I win? What will people think about me if I win? You're not even thinking internally. Okay, let's go into a level deeper into external analysis. Hold on to this thought. Okay, the chapter today is going to be divided. Okay, this entire chapter is a long one, but it's going to be divided into certain things. We'll talk about strategic analysis, we'll talk about the business and how they build strategies, we'll understand products, industries, what they do, why do people go global, why do businesses go global. We will talk about external environment components, we'll talk about markets, we'll talk about industries, and finally we will talk about one of the most sought after strategies, which is competitive strategy. How are you beating competition? How are you probably winning against them? Or what factors can even make you lose against them? There's going to be an interesting chapter. Okay, and let's get into this chapter. Question again. Question again. Most of us, okay, most of us have like separate or individual flavor of chips that we like. Or let's say, for example, any chips that you like is very different from what other people like. Okay, Any one of you who likes kurkure? Yes or no on in the chat very quickly. See, I see 50-50. Yes, no, Uncle Chips, no, yes, 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 no, 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 no. Majority people are saying yes, but like 60-40. 40% people say I don't like kurkure. Okay, some people say I like it. It's very spicy, so I like it. Some people say no. Okay. How many of you like American cream and onion Lay's? The green one. The green Lay's. Okay. See, now the ratio changes. The ratio I see is about 70-30, right? 70% people say no. A few people are saying no now, and like, okay, 30% say no, 70% almost I see say yes. Now, as a company, as an organization, which one should you say like probably produce more? Should you spend more money on kurkure or should you spend more money on the green lays? Okay, another question. People who have said kurkure, only people who have said kurkure will answer now. Only people who have opted for kurkure, that the company should invest in kurkure, only they will answer now. Why do you think they should invest in kurkure and not American cream, sour cream, and onion? Even when more people want to buy that in relation to kurkure, but why should it still invest in kurkure? Only people who selected kurkure will answer now. I'll come to the green lace people after this. Quantity I get in kurkure is satisfactory. Sandhya, you're thinking personal. Asking you to think from a company's perspective. Because the demand of kurkure is more compared to lays. I don't think so. The voting showed otherwise. Meg, our classrooms voting showed otherwise, that maybe more people want to eat green lays than kurkure. Maybe it's just 10%, but if I make this a 10 crore customer base, 10% means 1 crore units. So I can sell 1 crore more units of Lays as compared to Kurkure. Where should I invest my money? Because Kurkure is the best. Again, Anuradha, personal. Think about organization. It's their market strength and flavor dominance. Okay, Deepak, can say so. Because it has its own target customers. Maybe customers don't want to switch to another from Kurkure. Maybe customer loyalty. Okay. To maintain customer loyalty so that you have a dominance, only you are making Kurkure. Nobody else has been able to formulate that masala, that flavor. So maybe invest more in Kurkure. Okay. It is a good snack with many flavors. Okay. Okay. Kurkure have a sort of goodwill like Lay's and Indian brands. Okay. Very nice. Kurkure people stop. People who said green lays, why did you choose green lays as a product to invest in? What was your thought process? Customer demand is high, global market. What else? Will lead to high sale. Okay, majority of people say the demand is high, economies of scale, less quantity, more profit. Economies of scale can be achieved because the demand is more, sales are more, we get more profit, customer preference is high, green lays are liked by kids. Okay, a lot of open demand to cater to. Green lays compared to kurkure is more tasty and demand is more. Investing in lays may be better due to global presence, strong brand recognition. Okay, potentially safer investment, maybe. If the taste is different, so people are interested to buy. Okay, now let me give you my thoughts. Okay, the demand, the worthiness, safer investment, small small kids like it. Every age group can have and actually love it. Great points. Now let me share my thoughts as well. Which one do I think? I'll just give you thoughts. I'll not give you the answer. For Team Kurkure, okay, the Team Kurkure's strategy can be interesting if you think about Kurkure is more Indian. Okay, the flavor of kurkure is very Indian, specific to desi flavor, which is spicy, which is more edible in terms of the foreign people in the western or the eastern part of the in countries, right, of the world might not be able to eat that spicy kurkure. It's very India specific. Okay, and if I want to invest in India, I should go for kurkure because green lays already green lays already has an existing demand. Green lays की existing demand तो है ही, right? It's already there. I don't have to invest more into the marketing, into the production, into the product development of green lays. People are already liking it. Majority of the people, even more people than Kurkure are liking green lays. Why should I invest money there? And let it be, and I should invest more on developing Kurkure for the Indian masses. 160 crore people. The market is India. I should invest in Kurkure. That's thought number one. For Team Green Lays, I would agree with the same strategy, saying, boss, listen, this I am going to invest a lot of money. Why should I not just invest in an opportunity or in a product which is way safer as compared to other products? Why should I just not invest in a product which is way more safe in terms of market, in terms of consumer loyalty, in terms of consumer education? I don't have to invest so much money and I can still increase demand with little nuances, and the return I will get will be more. So investment is less, the return is more. That's green lays. In Kurkure, I have to invest more to experiment with the Indian palette, with the Indian flavors to increase my demand. It's too India specific. Okay. Now, Green Lays is more international, existing demand, less investment, more return. Kurkure is more Indian, needs investment, but great potential of growth. Okay. Do you agree with this? Yes or no? Very quickly on the chat. Right? Absolutely. Wonderful. You know what are we doing right now? You know what are we doing right now? We are doing external strategy analysis. We're doing external strategy analysis right now. Just one part of it. That's exactly what external strategies, that's exactly what brands, people in the boardrooms, people in meetings, people on teams, in the global companies. You tomorrow become a chartered accountant, you become a financial strategic expert. These are the kind of questions you will be asked. You will need data, you will work on big Excels, figuring out the data, figuring out analytics, right? A lot of new tools coming into the market like Power BI, like Salesforce, and all of these data analytics. You see the cool data analytics and reporting jobs, people going to foreign countries, getting a lot of foreign opportunities after becoming chartered accountants. This is the kind of jobs people are doing, right? These are the kind of consulting practices people are doing, not just jobs for that matter. Think about a small brand wanting to start a fast food chain in Surat, Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Indore, right? Bhopal, somewhere in Sikkim, somewhere in Nagaland, somewhere in Kashmir, somewhere in Maharashtra, somewhere in Kerala. Somebody wanting to start their business and they seek your consulting. Huge opportunity in the market to serve this analytics. How will you? I'm just giving you a business idea right now from your education. Okay. You can make millions and crores of rupees. If you're really good at strategy and data, these are the kind of jobs that are coming in. These are the kind of services that you can provide. When will you provide? When you understand how to analyze things. Okay. Let's get into this chapter. Okay. Your thoughts around external environment are probably now you know what to expect. Now you know what we are going to study. Let's get into the chapter, which is chapter number 2, external environment analysis, under the broad topic of strategy analysis. Okay, very nice. In the late 2000s and early 2010s, an OTT startup faced a critical decision in its business model. Okay, now originally it was primarily known for its DVD rental by mail services. They used to sell DVDs, the cassettes, the CDs by rent over mail. They used to mail people, right? Post karte the wo log. However, as the streaming technology emerged and consumers shifted towards online content consumption, it recognized the need to pivot its strategy. As the external environment was changing, the technology was changing, they had to change too. Okay. It conducted a comprehensive strategy analysis in its internal capacities and external market dynamics. This included one, SWOT analysis, number two, competitive analysis, and number three, market analysis. Now, this company did three things as they figured out that something is changing in the external environment. The technology is changing, the way the business operates, absolutely changing. What they did was they did SWOT analysis, they did competitive analysis, and then they did market analysis. Okay? When they did SWOT analysis, it assesses what? Okay, now it assesses the strengths in the content curation. They figured out what are they good at. They're good at content creation. Then they figured out that the customer and data analytics they have are their strength. The weakness was reliance on just DVD rentals. The opportunity was growing demand for online streaming, and threat was from the existing cinema halls and emerging other competitors getting into this technology. That was a strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat analysis. The competitive analysis was it analyzed the competitive landscape, identifying key players, their strengths and weaknesses. Who are the people we are competing with? What are they good at? What are they not good at? Okay. Now, this helped them understand where they stood in comparison to others and where it needed to be differentiated. Then finally, they did market analysis. They said, what are people wanting? Okay, what is my competitor doing? What am I doing? SWOT analysis is about me, my strength, my weakness. Competitive analysis is who are my competitors? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Market analysis is what do the customers really want? The customer trends, the technology advancement, the regulatory factors shaping the environment. What are the people beyond us, me and my competitors wanting? What are the customers? What is the government wanting? What's the technology shift that is happening? Now, this provides insights into the emerging opportunities and potential risks. It tells, okay, what you're doing, what you have good or what you're good at is not sufficient because the market needs more. The competitor is also not good at it. The market needs even more. That's what is happening. I'll take a pause here and ask you a question. Think about this, my friend. Think about this. Name a product or an industry where you feel none of the brands, none of the companies are good enough. I need more from them. Think about a product or an industry where you feel none of the things available, none of the brands available are good enough. They can do much better. That industry can do much better. Think about an industry and tell me in the chat. DTH, okay, iPhone, healthy snacks. iPhone is doing great, to be honest. Even Samsung or Vivo or Oppo for that matter. PepsiCo, telecommunications. I agree with Shivam. Telecommunications can do better. FMCG is already doing good. Why do you feel you need more? What else do you need more from? The question is, which industry do you feel that all the options available to you in that industry are not good enough? You can, and you feel they can do much better. As a consumer, you feel you're not satisfied with any of the brands available to you in that industry. EVs, agriculture, very nice. Organic foods, video cameras, snacks, beverages, organic food, fresh coconut water packaging against soft drinks available. Okay, I agree with most of you, right? Organic foods, agriculture, especially telecom, Geo and Airtel, they're just two people. None of them are giving absolutely great services. You go underground, your signal doesn't come. You're traveling in metros and trains, your signal doesn't come, right? The signal keeps searching and it takes away a lot of battery. Wi-Fi, exactly the same thing, right? Wi-Fi can be so much better in India. Even if we have multiple people giving Wi-Fi, but as an industry, we still feel it can be way, way better. Health sector, absolutely. There are so many brands like Max and Apollo, Fortis, Medantas, and Yashoda Group, and there's so many, right? But still none of them we feel are doing justice. As consumers, we feel they can be so much better. We can be treated, we can be given the services way, way better, right? Watches, for example, or green energy, for that example, or like your cab services, right? Uber, Ola, Blue Smart, all of these are available, but none of them are able to satisfy the consumer demand in terms of pricing, comfort, ease, no stress about booking cabs. It's so stressful these days to just book a cab, sit in one, go to another place. It is so stressful. It can be so much better, right? Even airlines, most of the airlines getting delayed for no reason, 1 hour, 2 hour. People just sitting on airports waiting for flights. It's utter nonsense. If somebody says marriage market, okay. Somebody's planning things, huh? Okay, mental health providers online, agreed, homemade food, health insurance. Insurance sector can be so much better, right? What we're doing here, my friends, is what we're doing here is we are not doing a SWOT analysis. We are not doing a competitive analysis. What we're doing here is a market analysis. What are we saying here is, ठीक है, what are your strengths, weakness, opportunity, threat क्या है हमको पता है, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Who are the competitors? What are they good at? What are they not good at? Okay, I understand. But what do customers need, my friend? What do people who are your consumers really need? Are they really happy from all the people in the industry? The answer is no. So even if I'm great at pricing, I am the best service provider. Hello, people don't want it. People are still not satisfied. You can be so much better. You can be the top one in the industry, but the industry itself needs so much improvement. That's an external analysis, my friend. That's an external analysis, which is market analysis, which is market analysis. Do you understand the difference of SWOT, competitive, and market analysis? Give me a yes or a no. Awesome. I see 100 out of 100 people saying yes. Tameshwari, no. No worries. As we get in the chapter, you will. Okay, very good. The final thing, after doing analysis, what happens? Question to you again, my friends on the chat. What happens after you do all of this analysis? You figure out a problem, things are changing in the external environment. You did SWOT, you did market analysis, you did competitive analysis. Finally, after doing analysis, what do you do? सब एनालिसिस करने के बाद आप क्या करते हैं? I agree, Anuradha. no quality these days. Okay, action time. After you do all the analysis, it is action time. Take a decision, start investing, start working on your analysis, the execution. Based on strategic analysis, this OTT company made a bold decision to stop doing DVD rentals and start subscription based streaming services. Now, it invested heavily in developing the streaming platform, securing licenses, expanding its library of movies and TV shows, which proved to be highly successful. For the company's experience was a rapid growth in subscribers, revenue surpassing the traditional plays like Blockbuster and disrupting the entire industry. What we have just studied is a business case about Netflix. Okay. The transition from DVD to streaming using its strength, understanding what the consumers want, understanding the technology shift, and creating a lot of content with speed, getting first into the industry, capturing the market. This is what strategic analysis is all about. They did a strategic analysis, they executed it, and we all know how successful they are. Now it's becoming more challenging with Amazon Prime, Disney Hotstar Plus, but still, they are the first ones and the most renowned online streaming platforms in the world, right? That is how they did it. They did it through strategy analysis. Very nice. Now, the majority of rapidly expanding organizations are using strategic planning through the stages of their operations. The strategic analysis is a component of business planning. Okay. Strategy analysis comes under business planning, not execution, but business planning that has a method to it, and it makes the right resource investment, may even assist business in achieving the objectives, and also it gives you that bandwidth to think about the rivals and aid the evolution of the business plan, right? And the evaluation, not just the evolution, but the evaluation of the business plan to stay competitive in the market. Do I agree that iPhones are losing market share? I don't think so. I have seen lines for iPhone 16 in my area. I have seen my friends spending 1.6 lakh rupees on a phone. I don't think that market share is being lost by iPhone, especially in India. It's only growing, is what I feel, but data will speak for it. Again, I'm not an expert. Data speaks for it. Okay. If data says it's going down, it's going down. Okay. Two important situational considerations for strategic industry in analysis. Okay. One, industry and competitive conditions. You got to understand the industry and competitive conditions. That is what we were talking about. You understand what the consumers want, what the industry wants, and what the competitors are doing. Number two is the own capabilities, resources, internal strengths, weakness, and internal position. How are we positioned ourselves is also equally important, my friend. The internal strength, weakness, SWOT analysis. Isn't market analysis similar to analyzing opportunities and threats in the SWOT analysis? Kind of, yes, but you're not just restricted to opportunities and threats in market analysis. You are more into consumers, you're more into trends, you're more into analyzing what do people really want. Rather than just figuring out, picking and choosing opportunities, it's a broader analysis. SWOT analysis helps, but SWOT analysis is a very broad thing. Like चलते फिरते कर सकते हो. Getting into details is not what SWOT analysis does. Okay, very nice. The heading of this slide is really important. You can use this while writing answers in your examination as well. So maybe you want to write it somewhere, take a screenshot, copy paste, Remember this, it's in the study material also. It's not like something I've written, okay? But accurate diagnosis of the business situation is necessary for management to decide on a sound long-term direction, setting appropriate objectives, and crafting a winning strategy. सबसे ज्यादा important is accurate diagnosis of the business situation. The accurate diagnosis of the business situation is necessary for management to decide on a sound long-term direction, setting appropriate objectives, and crafting a winning strategy. When you go to a doctor, what do they do first? When you go to a doctor with a problem, सबसे पहले वो क्या करते हैं? What do they do? Diagnosis, checkup, correct? They do a diagnosis, they do a checkup. What's happening? Okay, let me take you one level deeper, my friend. When you go इंजेक्शन दे देते हैं, सनातन, ये कौन से डॉक्टर के पास जा रहे हो? डायरेक्टली इंजेक्शन दे देते हैं. Okay, they're asking the problem, they're checking, they're doing analysis, they're doing diagnosis. Interesting thing, let's understand. You go to a doctor and you tell that, ma'am, sir, what I'm feeling is I feel a little feverish and there's some joint pain. I don't feel the best. My body feels weak. I have shivers. What are the questions they probably ask you? What are the questions they ask you when you go to them? Sanathan's joke has gone viral. Injection देते हैं. 12 people laughing at it. सनातन का दिन बन गया आज. Okay. The questions are like for how long it is, right? How many days you feel it, how many days from when you had what you had last night, what were you eating, what did you eat outside, did you eat outside? Okay, how many days you've been suffering from it, what are the problems you have, how many days you feel it, right? These are the kind of questions they ask. अब्दुल्ला से सबसे पहले फीस लेते हैं, डॉक्टर्स के पीछे पड़ गए हैं सब आज. Okay, what did you eat yesterday? How are you feeling now? Okay. Great points. Okay. Great points. This is what they're doing. And then when you tell them this is what happened, what do they say next? What do they tell you first briefly, even without any tests? What is that one or two thing they tell you? क्यों हो रहा होगा? Why do you think you have fever? What do they tell you? They say viral, right? They say मौसम खराब है. They say, oh, that's how the environment is today, the change of season, right? They say, oh, it's a viral fever, it's a change of season, environment around you is changing, so you have this viral fever, right? Things around you are changing, the temperatures are changing, the pathogens in the air, climate change or weather change. Climate change is a big thing. The weather is changing, the season is changing, right? A lot of pollution, maybe you did not eat something right, okay? Food did not suit you, contaminated water, maybe, right? Very good, Tambeshwari. Good to know you're fit. AC में सो गए होगे, right? I'm getting an answer. AC में सो गए होगे. Exactly. So what is the doctor doing here is a diagnosis. And then they're telling you, oh, maybe it's the external environment. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely fine. It's just because of something that has changed in the external environment, you are feeling like this. Okay? Now, what is the doctor saying? Doctor is saying, आप तो ठीक हो. Your body is absolutely right. It's just because something has changed externally or you ate something bad outside. So this has happened to you. Some problem has happened to your internal thing because something in externally changed. Okay, that's exactly external analysis, my friend. But बाहर क्या change हुआ है is a separate conversation. Internal immunity is decreasing, but the reason is external. That's the first thing we always do. Why is external environment analysis before internal environment analysis is? Because that is how it is. First you figure out bahar kya ho raha hai. Then you come inside and feel, oh, okay, what's happening inside me? Now, external analysis tells you opportunities and threats. External analysis will give you opportunities and threats, while internal analysis will give you strengths and weaknesses. External analysis will help you identify opportunities and threats. Internal analysis will help you identify strengths and weaknesses. That's for sure. That's what SWOT analysis is. The evaluation of the strategy, the diagnosis of the current business situation is absolutely necessary. And for that, the first broad thing that you do is SWOT analysis. The accurate diagnosis of the business situation is very, very necessary for a long-term direction, setting the right objectives and crafting a winning strategy. And for that, the first thing that a business does is SWOT analysis, which is SWOT, strengths, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat, SWOT. External analysis gives you the OT, which is opportunity and threat. Internal analysis gives you S and W, which is strengths and weaknesses. Okay. SWOT is more like SWAT, unit of armed forces. Can say so. Can say so. पर वो SWOT नहीं, वो SWAT होता है. SWAT होता है, वो SWOT नहीं होता है वो. It's SWOT, that is SWAT. It's not SWOT. But ठीक है, the sense is okay. More or so same. External analysis gives information about क्या हो रहा है, and internal analysis gives information क्यों हो रहा है. Not necessary, Karan. But ठीक है, मतलब you're thinking different. I'm thinking again what you said. Most likely, क्यों हो रहा है is also again both external and internal. The reason behind what is happening will still be external and internal both. Externally कुछ क्यों हो रहा है? So okay, the GST rate is changing. That is your क्या हो रहा है. What is happening is GST rate is changing. But क्यों हो रहा है is not internal. It is also external because the government wants to make more money from taxes. Simple. Internal तो कुछ हुआ नहीं. Internal analysis is not about क्यों हो रहा है. If something is happening in external environment, why is it happening in external environment is also an external environment analysis. It will not be an internal environment analysis. Okay. So strategic analysis is a great thing. We took so many examples starting from products of Kurkure, Lays. We talked about why shops are together. We talked about OTT platforms. We just talked about external, internal. We talked about SWOT analysis. Sab kuch sahi hai. Okay. Everything is great. But there are certain issues with strategic analysis as well. Strategic analysis is not devoid of flaws. It has a lot of flaws, and we need to be careful of these problems or issues in strategic analysis. हर analysis में problem जरूर होती है. No analysis is devoid of flaws. There will be always some issue with the analysis. Is external the one how it is affected business, and internal is the one which tells us how we can handle it? Mostly yes, Hardik. Mostly yes, but we'll come to it. Now, the number one issue with strategic analysis is that it evolves over a period of time. It evolves over a period of time. Now, strategic decision, each strategic decision must balance the different factors that impact and constrain strategy. A key element of strategic analysis is the probable outcome of everyday decisions. It takes time, right? It evolves over a period of time. It cannot be कि आज जो हम सोच रहे हैं वही सच है. It cannot be what you are analyzing today is the only truth. There can be layers to the truth. There can be different understandings of the same data. So it evolves over a period of time. Let's think about this very quickly. You analyze that the market for, okay, I'm giving you an example, hypothetical here. We are analyzing an industry which is, let's say, shoe industry, and we figure out maybe people have stopped wearing sandals. A lot of people are now moving to Crocs or stylish chappals, but a lot of people have stopped wearing sandals, right? I'm talking about men's shoes. Most of you would have figured out earlier, a lot of people used to wear those sandals with Velcro, right? There was a Velcro, used to wear those sandals. Today, a lot of people, a lot of new generation has shifted to slippers or slip-ons, right? Stylish Nike, Adidas, Puma slippers. You just slip in on cool colors, green, purple, black and white, big logos on those slip-ons. Boys today, men today have stopped or are wearing less of sandals. Okay. Now, this is a data point. Okay. Let's say this is a data point that you figure out. We are doing a strategy analysis. We are doing an analysis and we figure out that maybe this is our analysis that men are switching to slip-ons and slippers rather than sandals. Okay. What do you think is the reason? What can be the reason? Let's think together. And then let's see how does the premise change over a period in time. Okay, somebody says comfort, trends, stylish, change in customer taste, comfortable, stylish, comfort, okay, comfort and look, trends changing, easy wear, evolution, more options, brand, lifestyle change, comfortable and trend, change in the trend. It could be ease of wearing it without using hands, more comfort, cheap, easily available, stylish. Okay, ट्रेंड है, अवेलेबल है, स्टाइलिश है. It depends on season. In rainy season they opt for slippers, easy to wear. दूसरों को दिखाने के लिए you want to show off, we are also cool enough. Okay, long lasting. So if people said यार नहीं बोर हो गए हम, so we have to wear more. So Viksha is giving more of a desi uncle answer. 20 साल तक सैंडल चलेंगे. We were like bored, I want to wear something new. Okay, casual, brand, coming, cheap, for casual look. Let me take you one level deeper, my friends. Okay, let me take you one level deep. Maybe, okay, based on the analysis, what you're telling me, I am a brand, you're consulting, you saying, boss, listen, people don't want to wear sandals. It's a change of lifestyle. The fashion, the trend is changing. So stop making sandals and start making slippers. You might be right. Okay. Think about this with me very smartly. Okay. You consulted me that boss, stop making sandals, start making slippers. That's selling. Do that. People don't want to wear sandals. But I am a business. I'm thinking, I don't think so. People really don't want to wear sandals. They are comfortable, right? They are long lasting. Like Subiksha said, they're long lasting. Why wouldn't people want to wear that? People would want to wear that. Third, it's It's easy to make sandals than slippers, maybe production wise. Okay. It's easier because I don't have to make so many options. I can just create a few and that would sell. But why is the demand for sandals going down? The secret lies in the fact, okay, listen to this very carefully. The secret lies in the fact that the Velcro that we are making eventually faded out of the industry or market was because it was not economical to make Velcro. Velcro was a costly thing to make. And over a period of time, industry felt that maybe to reduce cost, how do we stop using Velcro in our products? So maybe it was not the consumer problem. Maybe it was not even the trend problem. It was what the companies or the industry created as a trend by stopping manufacturing and producing more of a product which is faster to make and trendier. So maybe the problem is not the consumer trend. The problem is the product production, the cost of production, which is creating this shift. And then you figure out, boss, okay, so maybe people really wanted sandals, but koi bana hi nahi raha tha because the cost was more. Eventually, people shifted to slip-ons. Now, now, you as a company figure out that maybe this is an opportunity. Now you as a company figure out that, boss, okay, maybe people still want sandals. And if I can give them sandals and I can make great margins here, I can figure out some innovation. Instead of Velcro, I can use something else. It can be anything. Maybe something interesting to wear, right? Maybe something which is fashionable. I figure that out. The market is huge. I get a patent for that technology, for that innovation, and I can capture the market because it is a it's a pent up demand. It's a hidden secret demand which has been pushed down by the industry because of the production cost. बहुत बड़ी market है, but because of the production challenges वो दबा दी गई. Because of those production challenges वो दबा दी गई. But the market is huge. So my strategy now is, dude, I can make sandals. People want sandals. People really loved sandals. That is why they were buying so many sandals. Today they don't. What is happening here, my friend? Strategy is evolving over a period of time. You start figuring out that maybe right. This is something new angle. एक data में से ही एक नया angle आएगा. You will figure out a new perspective the more you analyze. The more you analyze, the more you understand. The more you understand, the more confused it gets, the more confusing it gets, right? That is why you would have heard people saying people who study a lot or who are very well educated do not take risks. Why? Because they are very conscious. They execute less, they think more. Somebody in your school, you would have seen some kids in your school who were backbenchers, never interested in studies, never scored more than 30-40%, right? They might be doing businesses and making more money than most of us. Execution is the key, right? But strategy evolves over a period of time. Curse of the knowledge. That's right, Omkar. Because they're good at zeros. Okay, Anuj. But you understand strategy evolves over a period of time. You may opt for differentiation strategy even if you have built an image. You have the brand value even when you have a broad market. Okay, that's a good one, Shoaib. But strategy evolves over a period of time. The more you analyze, the more you get into depths of things, the strategy keeps changing and the final strategy takes time. Until and unless you are very, very sure कि हाँ यही सच है और यही करना है, right? It keeps evolving. So strategy evolves over a period of time. Number two issue with strategic analysis is that it is a balance of external and internal factors. Now, in practice, the strategic analysis necessitates creating a reasonable balance between many and conflicting challenges because a perfect fit between them is unlikely. What is your strength might not be an opportunity in the market. What is your weakness might not really be the threat in the market. So a balance of external and internal factors is absolutely important. Okay, let's take an example, my friend. Let's take an example. Have you heard about any product? Okay, think about a product where the marketing was excellent. They marketed the product like anything, but the product was not successful. But the product was not successful because the product was not nice. प्रोडक्ट ही अच्छा नहीं था. मार्केटिंग तो बहुत अच्छी थी. डिमांड मार्केट में बहुत अच्छी थी. People really wanted to buy that product. The marketing was bang on. People really liked the idea of that product, but the product never became a success because the product was not good enough. People are saying Ghadi, Tata Nano, Auto, okay, that's in cars, Santur, Nano, right? Freedom 251, phone in 250 rupees. Very nice. Deep Das is to Bollywood. People are saying Kabali movie, okay. Parle Ji. Parle Ji is not success. आज भी लोग खा रहे हैं. Parle Ji is a huge success, AB. That's in cars, okay. Many examples, right? Not just one. Not just one. Even Vodafone for that matter. We all have used Hutch. I don't know if you were still using phones when Hutch was there, when even before Vodafone. We used to use Hutchinson, Docomo, Tata Docomo, right? Idea, Tata Indicom. Now the demand was there, the marketing was bang on, but the product was not as nice. Aircell, remember Chennai Super Kings का सबसे बड़ा sponsor used to be Aircell. Every third minute they used to advertise on television with Dhoni and Raina and all of these people, Jadeja, Aircell, right? HTC phones. I've used HTC phone in during my school times. Excellent phone, beautiful phones, never flew. So this strategic analysis, my friend, you're giving so many right examples. Now think about this within yourself. इतने सारे examples हैं. The problem has been that the balance between external and internal factor match नहीं हो पाया. They could not balance the external factors with their internal strengths. If their strength was their product, the external environment was changing. They just kept holding on to their product, thinking, yeah, we are the best, we are the best, we are the best. Market ही change हो गई. The external environment just changed altogether. But Nokia, BlackBerry kept holding on to their product. कि our internal strength is our phone, our internal strength is our phone. चाहिए ही नहीं किसी को. Nobody wants your button phones. So the balance between external and internal environment is absolutely important. You cannot be wedded to your strengths. You have to also analyze, are your strengths creating opportunities for you? You cannot still be crying about your weaknesses if it's not threatful to you. You cannot just say, oh, I'm not able to deliver, I'm not able to do business because this is wrong with my business. But it's not really a wrong thing because it's not even a threat to you. So why are you cribbing about a weakness? Either of the two. So balance of external and internal factors, both the balance of external and internal factors is really important for strategy analysis. Number three factor, my friend. Number three factor. for strategic analysis, the issue with strategy analysis number three is risk. Is risk. In strategy analysis, the principle of maintaining balance is important. However, the complexity and intermingling of variables in the environment reduces the strategic balance of the organization. This means is strategic analysis भाई risky है. It is risky because environment keeps changing, your internal strengths and weaknesses keep changing. How do you maintain that balance? Balance बनाओगे सब change हो जाएगा. The risk is everything keeps moving. Everything keeps moving. So does your strategy. So does your strategy. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Think about this. You're a business. You plan to do a contract with a vendor. Okay. Think about this, my friend. You do a contract with a vendor that, okay, I have a demand for 1 lakh tote bags, or you see the stylish side bags, tote bags, right? You see a lot of demand for cheap, or I would say easy tote bags which people can really buy for 200 300 rupees maximum, with cool prints for college going kids, for anyone who wants to be trendy. You see that opportunity, you get a vendor, you tell them that, okay, I see an opportunity, I want you to produce 20,000 bags within the next 2 months and give it to me so that I can sell ahead. Okay, you do that, you figure out a strategy, you do pricing, you do marketing, you do printing, designing, everything. The vendor comes back and says, listen, I'm not getting raw materials from China. Indian government has banned getting raw materials from China. I can't give you these 20,000 bags in 2 months, it will take 4 months. Sara strategic analysis is zero. Marketing, product, industry, strength, weakness, opportunity, threat, sub zero. Everything is zero because you don't have the raw material to produce. The vendor says, I can't do it. Risk. Strategic analysis is risky. You might do every possible analysis. End में क्या होगा? Something changes, very small, but a huge pillar for execution. Strategic analysis goes for a toss. No longer relevant, right? So three issues with strategy analysis are: one, it evolves over a period of time. It keeps evolving, it keeps evolving, it keeps evolving. Number two is external and internal factors ka balance bithana. Sitting or making the external and internal factors balance out each other is just a very big task that takes a lot of efforts. And finally, all of this is so risky because everything internally and externally keeps changing every single minute, every single day. What do you do and how do you do? It's very, very risky. The strategic analysis evolves over a period of time. Balance of external and internal is difficult, very risky because everything keeps moving and is complex. So issues with strategic analysis. Okay. Before I get into the next one, it's 8:10. Okay. Let's take a break of 10 minutes. Let's take a break of 10 minutes and be sharp back at 8:20 and start with the next thing planned for today. Okay. Let's take a very short break of 10 minutes. Get yourself a drink, wash your faces, get something to drink, and I'll see you at 8:20 within 10 minutes. Short break. Perfect. Thank you. I'll just wait for 30, 40 seconds for all of you to just come back, join back, settle down again, and then we get back to business. Okay, very nice. Anuj says present, sir. Present. Thank you so much. अच्छा, washroom जाने से पहले भी may I go to the washroom? You have to ask them. If we are doing that classroom thing, we'll do everything classroom then. Okay, strategic analysis is so complex and evolving. Why companies are not having a separate function level department? They have, Srini, they have strategy and business development is a separate functional department altogether, or they get it outsourced from the big consulting companies like EY, Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, McKinsey, Bain, BCG, Kearney. So many other companies are just doing strategy services for businesses, and people are taking their services. Okay, Om Krishnam, that's a very cool thumbs up, very colorful. Awesome. Very good. Let's get back to where we were. Okay. Now let's take some examples. There are Indian big fours. A lot of Indian companies have merged into big fours. That's why there are no Indian big fours. The first problem was strategic analysis evolves over a period of time. Now let's take some examples from real businesses. Toyota. Okay, Toyota exemplifies strategy evolution through its continuous improvement methodology known as Kaizen, which allows the company to adapt to production challenges and market demands over time while maintaining quality. Toyota has a renowned, very renowned evolution strategy, which is called Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. Kaizen means continuous improvement. And that's where the strategic analysis pillar comes as well. It has to be a continuous improvement of the ways you do business, and that's what Kaizen is. Over a period, Toyota has been at a position where it is today because of so many years of continuous improvement over years and years. That's why they have reached this place. So it has evolved over a period in time. Procter and Gamble, number two. Now, P&G, Procter and Gamble adjusted its strategy by investing significantly in digital marketing and e-commerce to adopt or adapt to changing consumer shopping behaviors, especially during the rise of online retail. It evolves over a period of time. P&G for a very long period did not come online. They did not. They were just offline in stores. They were just giving out things from retail stores, but today P&G products are also available online from Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, Nykaa, their own website. So P&G has evolved its strategy over a time to now come online. Okay. The problem is it takes time for huge companies to change the strategy. Unilever has embraced sustainability by altering its product sourcing and packaging to align with environmental friendly practices. Unilever is evolving its strategy over a period of time to change the way they produce, manufacture, package their products, which are environmentally fit, friendly, and sustainable. So they're evolving over a period of time. They're evolving a strategy of sustainability over a period of time. Okay. Hardik says, but till now, no sunroof in Fortuner, which cost about 50 lakhs. Hardik, nobody in India really needs this sunroof, just saying, okay? We live in a 45-degree temperature country, and some states have rains for 6 months. क्या करोगे sunroof का? Sunroof is for very cold regions where you need some sunlight inside the car. मेरी sunlight 50 degrees की मुझे नहीं चाहिए सर. Okay. Sunroof eventually is, I think, is a nonsense thing for countries like India, specifically countries which are really hot. Nobody would want a sunroof in Dubai. Simple. Okay. Just a thought. Maybe you want a sunroof, you buy that car. They charge a lakh plus for sunroof model. So it's again, you want it, you get it. It's already available, or you get it from some market. They'll do it for you. Number two problem was balancing the external and internal environment. Okay. Let's take an example, recent examples of Indian companies, Swiggy, right? And even Zomato. I've written Swiggy and Swiggy, it should be Zomato, which have adapted to the changing consumer preferences and competitive pressures in the food delivery market by diversifying services into grocery delivery, meal kits, while managing internal challenges related to logistics, scaling their operations, and all of that. Okay, so the balance between internal and external, the government regulation, the food safety, the driver partners zooming across the road, 10-minute delivery, breaking of traffic rules, being compliant to the rules of the law of the land, and delivering an excellent services to the consumers is balancing internal and external environment. Okay. We all think 10-minute delivery is fantastic and great, but think about how tough it is to crack, especially in countries where we do not really have a very strong infrastructure, right? It's not like Indian roads are meant to deliver things in 10 minutes, yet these companies are delivering it. Okay. Even Western countries, I don't think so 10 minute is humanly possible, but the way these people are, it takes me 10 minutes to just get ready. Okay. And you have stuff within 10 minutes at your home. So the way they're managing the external environment, the stakeholders and the internal challenges, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal how are they doing that and fighting these issues. Okay. Ranjit says delivering in Bangalore within 10 minutes is not even possible. It takes 25 minutes to book a cab in Bangalore, Ranjit. Delivering 10 minutes, I agree, not possible. It took me 27 minutes to just book a cab. I would have been at the airport in any other city in 27 minutes. Anyway, HDFC Bank, okay? HDFC Bank recently navigated the external challenges posed by regulatory changes in the banking sector and increased competition from fintech companies by enhancing their internal systems for digital banking while focusing on customer service and compliance. Now, HDFC is balancing the external and internal environment. How are they saying? They're saying, okay, we have a lot of competitive pressure, a lot of regulatory pressure, but we are managing it through our strengths, which is customer loyalty, security, compliance, and the trust that people have in our brand. We are beating that particular issue or meeting that particular issue with our existing robust systems and compliance. Lastly, Nykaa, the beauty and fashion e-commerce company. It is balancing the external challenge of fierce competition and changing consumer behaviors with its very strong internal capabilities in supply chain management. They're beating the competition, they're balancing external, internal, the external challenge from competitors meeting through their supply chain management and brand partnership वो balance out कर रहे हैं. The issues in the external are being met by things which are good internally. Okay. That is how they're managing the two, internal and external environment. Okay. And they're also expanding their market presence, which is a great thing for any business. The last one is risk. The last one is risk. Now, Reliance Jio, a leader in telecom industry, is facing risk from intense competition. Airtel is not leaving any stone unturned to ensure कि Jio के customers cut के come to Airtel. Airtel wants to bring a lot of customers in from Jio who had already left for Jio, and they're doing it very, very strong and very well. Okay, while expanding into digital services and e-commerce, maintaining balance between profitability and customer acquisition, which remains a challenge though, but requiring continuous adaptation of their business strategies. So they're foraying into more services rather than just consumer telecom. They're getting into business telecom. They're getting into business telecommunications like OTP services and all of that. Okay. Flipkart. Flipkart. As they respond to the shifts in consumer behavior and increasing competition from Amazon, Flipkart faced the risk of relation to supply chain disruption and changing regulatory frameworks. Now, what do you think is the biggest challenge between Flipkart and Amazon when it comes to delivery? Let's say in exam, should such examples be given or should we focus only on theory? Please give as many examples as possible. Please give as many examples as possible if you have time. Don't start writing stories. Concise frame, just I'm giving you an example. Give these examples. It's a subsidiary of Walmart. It's not an SBU. It's a separate company altogether. Jio and Airtel customers are shifting to BSNL. Very nice. Who are these customers? I want to meet them. Okay, the time to deliver. Amazon has three logistics. Flipkart has third party. COD. Flipkart. Back then, Amazon only had online or prepay. Okay, delivery partners, reliance of delivery partners, timely delivery, wide variety of products, better return, better refund. Very nice. Think like a business person, my friend. Now, think like an executor. You're thinking like a strategist now. I request you to think like a business execution operations head. What's the biggest challenge between Flipkart and Amazon delivery people? क्या सबसे बड़ा challenge क्या है? The biggest challenge, my friend, is people or these delivery partners. Okay, not the return, not the market share, not the speed, not the accuracy. No, not the good customer service. The biggest challenge is the number of delivery partners are limited. Let's say today, for each delivery, a delivery person in Flipkart gets 12 rupees. Giving you an example, gets 12 rupees after all the expenses of petrol and all of that. So that person really earns 12 rupees per delivery. Just giving an example. Okay? 12 रुपए कमाता है एक delivery के. But in Amazon, the same person gets 14 rupees. किसके लिए काम करेगा वो? Which e-commerce company is that person going to work for? Amazon. Simple. Now the same person, now think about this. Okay, I'm taking you one level deeper into e-commerce industry of India. Okay. Now this same person delivers, let's say, 15 people or goes to 15 pin codes, 15 deliveries in one day, makes 14 rupees in one per delivery. So makes about 200, like how much? 15 into 14. You do how much? How much is this person making? Making 300, 400 rupees. Okay. 210. Okay. This person is making 210 rupees in a single day maximum. Okay. I'm just giving you an example. They make way more. I'm just giving you an example here. Now comes Zepto. A company aati hai called Zepto, called Blinkit. They come and say, okay, every delivery you get 8 rupees only. You get 8 rupees for every delivery, but but you can do 30 deliveries in a single day because we will just give you 10-minute short deliveries. You have to pick up, drop in 10 minutes away, come back, pick, drop 10 minutes away, pick, drop 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So in 1 hour, you're giving 6 deliveries. दिन में आप almost 30 deliveries दे सकते हो. How much is this person making now in one day? 240. इतनी मैथ्स तो सबको आती है. Everybody knows itni maths. As a delivery partner, they would also understand I am getting shorter trips, less stress, right? Less stress in terms of traveling. Traffic jam नहीं मिलेगा, ये नहीं मिलेगा, 10 minute दूर. I'm just picking up from one shop, giving it somewhere in the locality itself. I'll make 240 rupees. One hour I can do 6 deliveries, okay, assuming. And then I can work for 7-8 hours and make 240 rupees. Where will this delivery person go? Blinkit, Zepto, इन्हीं के पास जाएगा. Correct? They will go for 240 rupees. Now, I'll take you one level deeper into this. One more level deep. Okay, one more level deep. This same person, 240 rupees in a single day in Zepto or Blinkit, assuming these are hypothetical numbers. Now they say they work for, let's say, 25 days. They work for 25 days. How much money are they making in Blinkit or Zepto? 240 rupees average per day. Okay. And they work for 25 days. Sundays they are not working. They want to take rest or something. How much money are they making? They're making 6,000 bucks, right? 6,000 रुपए कमा रहे हैं महीने के. Assuming they make more, we're just assuming this. 6,000 rupees per month. Now I am Flipkart. I am Flipkart. And I know the number of people on bikes to deliver are limited right now. Let's say there are just 7 lakh people who are doing this, and there are 20 e-commerce companies who want these delivery partners. There are 20 e-commerce companies who want these delivery partners. There are just 7 lakh delivery partners right now in India. We have to cover entire India. How do I attract these people to be my delivery partner? I'll give you an example now. Okay. What if, what if Flipkart gives them a fixed salary, not per delivery? Now, Flipkart tells them, if you sign an agreement with me, if you sign an agreement with me that you will stay with me for 1 year, I can guarantee you 8,500 rupees per month salary fixed. 8,500 रुपए महीना तो आपको मिलेंगे ही. You will get 8,500, but you have to file or sign a contract that you will stay with Flipkart and its peripheral companies for 1 year. And if you exit this, you have to pay back 25,000 rupees. Will the delivery partner be excited about it? What do you think? Majority people say yes, a few people say no. I'm very happy that there are mixed responses. That's why we have an opinion, and that's good. That's how your strategic mind is now opening. Now you're thinking, why would somebody want to be fixed with a company when they get a flexibility? 2,500 rupees per month ke liye, will this person get a fixed thing saying ki, or will they want to still enjoy their freedom, right? That's what you're thinking. Depends on the delivery partner, but I'm just thinking, you are operations head Apurva of Flipkart, and I'm asking you this question. Does this idea make sense to you? Again, too many questions, right? Yes, no. Will this expense of the petrol be considered? What all expenses are covered? Is this beyond expenses? Is this within the expenses? How is this? Exactly what you're doing. You're trying to balance the internal and external environment. You're trying to balance your internal problem है. आपको पता है यार मेरे को delivery partners चाहिए. They're just moving to Zepto, Blinkit. They're making more money there, and they're no longer with me as a Flipkart. And if they don't deliver, my website is a zero thing. If the things are not getting delivered on time, or they're not delivery partners, or I have to pay more to deliver products, then it's a big loss to us. This is how you balance your external and internal environment. And it's an issue with strategic analysis. It's an execution operations issue, my friend. You can strategize to start a company, e-commerce, trend अच्छा है, future अच्छा है, the products are nice, I am great at marketing. Alia Bhatt comes and does Flipkart Big Billion Days. Amitabh Bachchan comes and does a Flipkart Big Billion Days. Delivery partner ही नहीं है. अमिताभ बच्चन विराट कोहली आके बोल रहे हैं गो शॉप ऑन द बिग बिलियन डेज. वेरी नाइस, आई एम शॉपिंग. डिलीवरी पार्टनर ही नहीं है. हाउ विल फ्लिपकार्ट सर्वाइव, राइट? That's exactly how is an issue with strategic analysis. The strategic analysis will give you what's happening around you. It's massive opportunity, threat है, opportunity है. Risk क्या है कि भाई things are changing. The execution, the operations have to be as robust as the analysis. Okay, that's how it has to be. Do you understand the risk within strategic analysis? Yes or no? Why depend on physical delivery? You can have drones. Have you seen the amount of wires we have in India across your houses? Have you seen how Airtel or Geo people come and put up a Wi-Fi in the house? They just throw a wire from this terrace to that terrace and internet is just there. Anybody comes, cuts the wire, your internet is gone. Okay? And the drone comes down from those wires. कैसे आएगा दोस्त? Hardik, you live in a fantastic area if those are underground. There are millions of connections in Singapore. I know. Somebody was joking that day that I don't need your Wi-Fi password. I've just taken the same Wi-Fi wire and connected to my modem. I'm like, how is that possible? कह रहा है वो, I managed. India is not for beginners, right? That's the meme that's there on the internet. India is not for beginners. It's a great country with very creative people, very fun, and enjoyment is always there. Okay, with that, let's move on to the next topic today is the issue when we say the risk that we say. अब ये जो risk हमने अभी बात की है, the risk that we have just talked about right now in the strategy. Now this is of two types, an external risk and an internal risk. This risk, what we have just talked about, is of two types, external risk and an internal risk. Now, external risk can be short term or long term. Internal risk can have a short term impact or a long term impact. Okay. Now, an external risk, which has a short term impact, is if there is an error in interpreting the environment. Okay. अगर आपने अपना environment ही गलत interpret किया है, what you're thinking as a trend is not a trend, then it is a risk to your strategic analysis. गलत analysis हो गया आपका. And you are about to invest money into it. So that's risky affair, my friend. If there is an external risk, which is long term, is that the environment has changed. ये तो long term external risk हो गया. You built a strategy, environment change हो गया जी. Right? You build a strategy. Let's say most of the businesses today in India are building strategies. The homegrown Indian businesses are building strategies based on the political agenda we have in the country. Let's say make in India, go global, make in India for the world, right? That's the agenda. And they start saying, oh yes, make in India, we will invest in India, we will put up factories. The strategy is very clear. The sarkar, the government wants us to make in India, make for the world. They are giving us export benefits, they're giving us subsidies, they're giving us everything to build in India, right? And you start building in India. आपने फैक्ट्री लगा दी, 50 करोड़ रुपए की आपने फैक्ट्री लगा दी. You planned and your factory will be ready in next 2 years. You invested 50 crores in a factory. Fantastic. Very nice. The government changed. अभी दूसरी government आ गई. Something happens politically and the government changes. Now this government comes and says, oh, Make in India was something that the previous government started. It was just all bakwas and all hawabazi. I don't want to continue with this scheme. We should embrace being producers into service. We should be in service industry. Production की जरूरत नहीं है. Production बाकी countries को करने दो. We will be service based economy. That's what the new government says. सब subsidy हट गई from factory, export benefits हट गए. The focus of the new government is on service industry, not on production. Your strategic analysis, zero. That's the risk. That's the external risk long term to strategic analysis is. That's the long term risk to strategic analysis is environment ही change हो गया दोस्त. क्या करोगे आप? You will try to figuring out the best out of what is left for you to do, right? That's a risk. Talk about internal risk. Internal risk, which has a short term impact, is the organization capacity is unable to cope up with the strategic demand. इतनी डिमांड आ गई, you're not able to cope up with that. For example, classic examples, I'll give you classic Instagram examples. There is small cafe, small somebody making cheesecakes in a small shop, viral. Food vloggers came and made a video. The video went viral, 3 million views, 1 million likes. People started coming to that cafe in bulk, right? Everybody wants to go and eat a cheesecake there. That small shop can only produce 5 cheesecakes in a day, and now they have 5,000 people visiting them. क्या करूं? My organizational capacity is unable to cope up with the strategic demand, right? That's exactly an internal short-term risk. Why short-term? Because eventually, when you know itni demand hai, you will start making more. You will start investing more. You will start making more. You will do this. You will figure out how I want to make more stuff because there is demand. So I want to use this demand and opportunity to make more money. So it's a short-term internal risk. Your internal capacity cannot meet the demand that you have generated. Okay. A long-term internal risk could be exactly contracting with another bakery XYZ, but maintaining the quality and taste and all of that. But anyway, the long-term internal risk is the inconsistency developed with the change in internal capacities and preferences. People change, software change, business model change, investors change. Long-term internal impact kya hai? So let's say there are investors in the company. I'll give you another example. You start a company, you take money from your parents. You start a company, you took money from your parents, and your parents are telling you, okay, I'm giving you 10 lakh rupees. So maybe do this, do that. They're giving you directions because they have given money. And they have a strategy ki you develop this, you do this. We have given you money. Your business starts increasing, and now you have an external investor, somebody who wants to invest in your business. They come and give you 50 lakh rupees. Now the decision making changes to the external person. They start analyzing things differently. They say, नहीं, जो अभी तक हो रहा था वो बंद करो. We'll start doing something new. We'll start doing something new. Now, old people in the organization, the old investor, your parents are saying, we are also investors in the company and we know how the business runs. We don't want to listen to you. What would you do? The risk to the strategic analysis is सारी strategy, सारी planning करी, internal changes इतने हो गए. There are so many internal changes that you no longer are able to cope up with the strategy. The long-term impact of internal changes. So the risk to strategic analysis can be external and internal. The impact of external can be short-term or long-term. The impact of internal can be short-term or long-term. Okay, very nice. Examples of Indian companies that have faced strategic failures due to the change in interpreting their environment. Change in interpreting environment, external short-term impact. Kingfisher Airlines. Kingfisher Airlines overestimated its brand strength, leading to unsustainable expansion. Reliance Communication. The telecom operator expanded aggressively without accurately assessing the effects of competition. Yahoo, okay, रैपिडली इवॉल्विंग डिजिटल लैंडस्केप, इंटरप्रेट ही नहीं कर पाए अपना एनवायरनमेंट ठीक से. मारुति सुजुकी फॉर सर्टेन मॉडल्स could not interpret the environment as it should be, like underperformance of models like SX4, right? They misread the consumer trends. They did not capture the trends, the environment analysis, the trends that are happening, or the external environment interpretation was wrong, and hence the strategy or the product went towards a failure. Companies that face strategic redundancy due to changes in their environment, जहाँ environment ही change हो गया, like Nokia, like Z Entertainment, OTT, over the top, right? Somebody was asking full form of OTT, over the top, okay? Z Entertainment, OTT came, Amazon Prime, Hotstar, Disney, this, that, Netflix, blah, 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 Alt Balaji, Woot, uh, Dunia Bhar ka Max, MX Player, and all of these things came in. Z Entertainment को goodbye बोलना पड़ गया, right? The external environment changed and they could not cope up with the strategy they had. Tata Nano, the environment change itself, the political, they got into a political whirlwind from Kolkata to Gujarat to back to some other place, the moving factories, the nano cars getting burnt on the road, fires in the steering wheels, tires not as effective. They got an external environment change which just hit the product really, really bad. Okay, some companies which went into failure because they could not meet the strategic demands that they created, like BSNL. Somebody was talking about BSNL, right? BSNL demand to aaj bhi hai, but failure because they're not able to meet the demand. जेट एयरवेज, डिमांड तो एयरलाइंस की आज भी है, but their internal challenges, their internal financial problems, mounting debt, बहुत ज्यादा लोन ले लिया. They took a lot of loan. Moser Bear, वो environment change है, not capacity. Moser Bear was CDs, right? Air India again, right? Operational inefficiencies, internal challenges, pilots going on strike, air hostesses being redundant, the flight quality, the aircraft quality going really down. That really impacted. Their internal inefficiencies led to their failure. Kodak, internal incapabilities. They moved to digital photography, but not as fast as competitors. Their internal ways of operations were very old, rigid, and Purana types, right? They did not want to change the way they used to do business. So internal challenges went out of business. Panasonic again, Acer, right? Some examples of businesses, some examples of businesses where the failure is attributed to internal changes because of the changes in the organization, like Karnataka Milk Federation, the Nandini Group, right? The Nandini Group, after a major leadership change, the cooperative bank faced internal challenges and strategic misalignment, and thus it went into a failure. The internal management changed. Vijay Bank, internal restructuring हुई with the merger of Bank of Baroda 2019, internal changes in policies, the lack of clear direction, what they want the people to do, how they want to build this brand, very unclear strategy, out of business. Mysore Paints and Varnish Limited, okay, company known for high product quality, like paints, they suffer due to internal management issues and lack of innovation. Satyam Bank, oh, Satyam Computers, again, massive financial scandal primarily due to internal governance challenges, right? Internal management change से long term impact क्या हुआ कि पूरा fraud financial scandal में चला गया and the company is zero today. So the risk that we have studied, external, internal, having a long-term and a short-term impact with examples of Kingfisher, Reliance, Maruti, Z, Nokia, Tata Nano, Jet Airways, Air India, Kodak, BSNL, or Karnataka Milk Federation, Vijay Bank, Mysore Paints, Satyam Computers, all of these All of these are because of external environment analysis and the risk associated with it. And the risk associated with it. Okay. Now, how is strategy intertwined with business environment, my friends? How is strategy intertwined with business environment because of these particular points? Okay. Because of these particular 5 points. Number one, it determines opportunities and threats. Number two, it gives direction for growth. Number three, continuous learning. Number four, image building. And number five, meeting competition. ये पीडीएफ मिलेगा आफ्टर वी कंप्लीट द चैप्टर, पहले नहीं देने वाला हूँ मैं. Okay, otherwise you will not come to the class. You like, हाँ हमें notes मिल गए हैं. I want you to be here in the class, be active, have a conversation, talk to people, okay? The PDF will be uploaded. Chapter 1 already uploaded. Chapter 2 will be uploaded after we complete this chapter. Satyam Computers case, so many people went into the prison. That's right, Arun. Big scandal. But why in strategy and business environment intertwined is because it helps determine the opportunities and threats available. They give direction for growth. Okay, continuous learning opportunities, image building, and meeting the competition. That it helps in meeting the competition as well. What I'll do now is we'll pause, or we'll take the class till here today. I'll open up for question and Q&A right now. Okay. Already 9 a.m., 8:57 for me. For the next 15-20 minutes, let's do question and answer. Any doubts you have, any questions you have, happy to help. We will start from this chapter tomorrow. Okay. It's a big chapter, but very interesting. If you get this, I think it's going to help you like anything beyond examination as well. I don't want you to read this just for examination. Examinations are far away right now. Okay. Read this just because it opens up your mind. It opens up how things are being decided, right? And how are things being managed by these huge companies? What kind of peculiar problems they have? How are they doing that? Okay, let's take some questions from you now. I'll stop sharing and get into Q&A mode. It's easier for me to then read questions. Okay. What's the case of Sahara? Go and read on the Google. It's all there. You can watch a video as well on YouTube. Very well explained. Unanticipated hazard means something that you did not think of and it came up unanticipated. You did not anticipate, you did not think about it as coming, but it came. Hazard means disaster. Why scam doing people are the smartest people? Because they're finding loopholes in the system. What's happening to Jaguar? Again, financial problems, brand image problems, costing problems, manufacturing problems, a lot of things happening with Jaguar. Read about it on the internet as well. But what I know so far is they have a lot of cost pressure. They are not able to build cars which are cheap because of their internal cost measures. Kaizen strategy in Toyota, can you explain? Sure. Kaizen just means continuous improvement. So in Toyota, every process undergoes a review of how it can be better every single year. So every year they sit down, they figure out we have 2,000 processes in the company of building cars. Each process owner, each process head has to explain how can they be better next time. That's called Kaizen. That's how they keep improving. What's the difference between external analysis and strategy? Strategy is planning and execution. External analysis is part of strategic analysis. Okay. What is the major limitation of strategic analysis? We just discussed three major limitations of strategic analysis. Go ahead. Ask as many questions and doubts as possible. I'll be happy to help you for the next 15-20 minutes. I'm here for you. You want to share something? something, share. You want to discuss something, let's discuss. Okay. Any business, in your opinion, will be the greatest revenue driver in the coming years in terms of changing Indian political infrastructure? EV, batteries, I think. Okay, that's just my opinion, Omkar. You'll have to do your own study, but I think batteries are gonna be huge because all the cars, trucks, all of these vehicles. So think about this, how many vehicles are there around the globe running right now? You have to convert all of these to electric vehicles and you have to continuously charge them for 10, 15, 20 years. Batteries are going to be huge. Kaizen strategy is amazing, right, Nitin? इंटरनल लॉन्ग टर्म इज पीपल चेंज तंबेश्वरी मैनेजमेंट ही चेंज हो गया सीईओ चेंज हो गया सीएफओ चेंज हो गया जब लोग जो डिसीजन ले रहे हैं वो ही चेंज हो जाएंगे तो ऑब्वियसली स्ट्रैटेजी पे इम्पैक्ट आएगा राइट किसी ने एक डिसीजन लिया वही चला गया अब नया आदमी आएगा नया डिसीजन लेगा सो वो प्रॉब्लम आएगी दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम है इंटरनल लॉन्ग टर्म में what about luxurious market? How can they plan strategies specific to this class? Amazing. Okay. Uh, you should read a book called Luxury. There's a book called Luxury, a 200-page book on how these companies like Louis Vuitton and all these big brands, Bernard Arnault, or this guy who is the head of LVMH, right? Louis Vuitton and I don't know what does MH mean, but fashion house, how he has created the luxury brands and is able to sell handbags for 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs. How has he created that brand? It's an excellent book if you can read. What about sustainable energy market? Same, Omkar. I think that's going to be huge as well. You will open station fast DC charger because it takes time to charge an AV car. Do that. External short term again is interpretation is wrong of the environment. आपको लगा the next big thing is health food, but maybe that's not. Maybe people still want to eat more junk. The data says, okay, interestingly, the data says the sales of the junk food has increased like 17, 18%, and the sales of health food has only increased 7, 8%. So people are still preferring junk food. हल्दीराम की नमकीन की सेल आज भी हेल्दी चिप से ज्यादा है. So even if healthy products are increasing, the junk food is still increasing faster. So data is the king. That's external short term. The trends that you're analyzing may be not the right trends, or they might be a different interpretation. Absolutely, Swati. How luxury lost its lust. That's the book's name. You should go and read it. Absolute fantastic book on strategy. It's a story. It's not just like theoretical book. It's wonderful how every chapter, every year, or how he took business decisions, how cleverly he took the decisions to build that brand, how luxury lost its lust. You can just go online, buy it, or read a PDF or whatever suits you. The Supreme uses the strategy of scarcity, or what we call it in SM, right? We call it FOMO, fear of missing out. Study of strategic management is science as well as an art. How to adapt the environment is the key. How you adapt to the environment is the key, right? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Can you tell how can we keep ourselves updated like me? Use Instagram to follow better pages on Instagram. You will get all this good business news, strategy news from there. Or start teaching like me, because when you have to teach, you have to do a lot of homework. I can't just come and tell you things which I don't know. I have to know certain things so that I can share with you. So start teaching, you will learn automatically. Potential imbalance in risk. What? Potential imbalance in risk. What? Okay, Tambeshri, you'll have to explain thoda sa more. Question नहीं समझ आया मुझे. Isn't the failure of Air India because of internal changes? Yes, that's what we discussed as well. Internal changes की वजह से भी Air India गया और external. Both of the things were impacting it. Internally तो वो weak थे ही. External market competition also came and created a lot of pressure. I saw a video about luxury brands, how they manufacture, right? I also saw that documentary on Netflix. How Parle-G sustained so long without variety. That's a classic case study. Parle-G even today is a classic biscuit. Even after so many years, people still want to eat it, right? The taste keeps changing though. I don't know if you have felt it or not. I feel sometimes it's too dark, sometimes it's too light, sometimes it's too sweet. Every new packet is now a different taste and color somehow. I don't know how, but something's moving in Parle-G also. Earlier they used to be very thick biscuits. Now it's very thin, patla sa Parle-G biscuit hota hai. The color is now lighter. Earlier it used to be darker, more roasted kind of a thing. Now it's changing. I don't know if you have felt it. I have felt it. I eat a lot of Parle-G. Can Indian brand be can change the Indian market? Absolutely, yes, they are. Flipkart is Indian, Zepto is Indian. We have so many Indian brands. Kalyan Jewelers is Indian. They're changing the case of jewelry. Big brands. All these right or wrong ways are different, but so many Indian brands are changing the way they do business. Like Mahindra is Tata Motors is Indian, my friend. Why harmful products are not banned in India? Revenue. Government gets 300% tax on tobacco, liquor, 200% tax. Why should they ban it, man? That's how your roads, bridges, education, schools. If tobacco, cigarettes, and alcohol are really funding the education of the country, why do ban them? And people, it's not like the government again, the Indian government again, if you see, specifically our country, the government policy is very simple. We won't stop people from doing something. We will discourage them. How they discourage is the packets are 80%. There's written that you will get throat cancer. This is what can happen to you on a cigarette is written, right? On liquor, they know the taxes are really high. 1,000 rupees for 750 ml, 2,000 rupees for a bottle of 750 ml. If you think about it, it's such a crazy pricing, right? Water, Bisleri water, branded water is 20 rupees for 1 liter. Again, water is also 20 rupees per liter. The liquor is 1,000, 200, 2,000, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000 for 750 ml. Taxes. They have taxed the product so much that they discourage people from drinking, but people are still buying. So it's okay. You're getting revenue from it. I would also do the same if I would government. Like I am telling, don't do that. If you do that, I will charge 5 times the price. You still want to buy? Why would I stop you, man? Simple. The consumer is educated. I've done my education job. I've educated you. It's not good for health. It's not good for society. It's not good for your family. And I will charge 5 times the price. You're still buying it. Am I wrong or are you wrong? That's the question. Possible job avenues for CA in coming years other than just accounting and auditing. I keep telling you, strategy is one, right? Financial planning, reporting, analytics, data analytics, right? Using Power BI, using all these dashboards and tools, giving robust insights to businesses, getting into consulting, getting into business consulting, getting into management. So many opportunities. So many opportunities. Getting into investment banking, do your CFA, get into investment banking. After CA, do CFA. Classic. A lot of people are already doing. Oreo, Parle-G, is it inconsistent? I feel it is. Can you explain why Parle won't go for public limited? I don't know, man. We'll have to ask them. I really haven't studied much about why aren't they going public. Every big external environment change gave an opportunity as well as a threat. Means if you have the power, make as well to break a company as well. Absolutely. Threat for somebody is an opportunity for one. Opportunity for somebody is threat for another. सिक्के के दो पहलू, heads and tails. Exactly. So that's what we call as shrinkflation. Like inflation, there is a term called shrinkflation where the price remains the same, but the quantity starts decreasing, like Maggie, right? Like Parle-G. मैगी का प्राइस आज भी उन्होंने 10 रुपए 12 रुपए रखा है. It's 10 or 12 rupees. But if you look at grams, earlier Maggi used to be 120, 130 grams. Today it is 70 grams. The price is the same, but the grams have gone down. So eventually it's way costlier than it was earlier, right? So price increase नहीं हुआ है, quantity कम हो गई. It's called shrinkflation. That's what companies do. If 3 months back I could back 300 grams for 10 rupees, today I just get 200 grams for 10 rupees. My brain tricks me saying आज भी 10 रुपए का ही है, but I'm getting less. Is India charges the highest GST compared to other countries? No, other countries charge way more. You should go to European countries. They charge massive money. Which strategic risks are the most critical today, especially for reputable businesses like Reliance? More internal. They can still manage external because they're too huge. Internal are difficult. That's what they're doing. See, Reliance, what is Reliance doing? They're preparing the second, like I would say, the second level of management that's going to be the leaders of tomorrow. So Mukesh Ambani is creating an environment, a personality around his family and kids, probably my analysis from a business strategy perspective, because they are going to be the leaders of business tomorrow. If people of India love those people, if people of India uh, find or are trusting those kids, Mukesh Ambani's kids, unless they do not trust them as good people who are good at business, who are good people for the society, they will never be able to pass on that huge millions and billions dollars of business to them. So what are they doing is they're creating a PR around kids who are being projected as really good humans, and then they pass on the business so that the share price does not tank. That's my strategic analysis. Maybe I'm wrong. Which strategic risk is the most critical? Okay, we just talked about it. If two companies, one company concentrate on competitive analysis, other one on core competencies, in such a case, which company will be more profitable in the long term? None. They both have to take care of both the things. Competitive analysis as well as core competency. Single एक चीज पे dependent long term में तो आप successful नहीं हो सकते. Short term में I think more will be competitive analysis in the short term, because core competency को बेचना takes time. But if you know your competition well, short term you will beat them and make more money. In the long term, you will need core competency as well, but that doesn't mean you will not need competitive analysis. Can I explain in Hindi of today class summary? साक्षी पूरी class कैसे हिंदी में समझाऊं? चलो, next time I'll try. In tomorrow's class, I'll give you a summary of what we studied today in Hindi as well. Case study type questions come in exam. Yes, we will practice them in this chapter also. After the chapter, you have completed CFA level 2, Srini. Wonderful. Yeah. Very nice. Very happy for you. Maggie is now 14 rupees. I know. Pinches. It's become costly. Income of one of the expenses. Income for one is expense for other. True. Your strategy is all about business. AI, if AI is going to take over many jobs, it will impact consumer spending. If there is such strategy that we'll study here. Okay, so I read this very interesting thing where people are saying AI will take jobs. Okay. You know what happened when calculators came? People were thinking when calculator came, okay, think about this. When the calculator was invented, earlier people used to do counting on fingers, on abacus, on this and that. Then came the innovation of calculators. People started thinking, अरे calculator आ गया, अब तो लोगों की जरूरत ही नहीं है. I don't need accountants, I don't need people to do maths. But what happened? People became more efficient. People started using their brains for something better. Rather than doing 33 into 27, rather than doing 33 into 27 mentally, I'm using my brain to do something else. More creative, maybe, making more money, making more solutions, doing a better job, XYZ. So innovation will not take away jobs. It will just make you efficient so that you can use your brain time for something else. It's not going to take away jobs. It's going to make you more efficient, but depends on you how you want to make the best out of it. हाँ, आप कहोगे नहीं मुझे आज भी अपने दिमाग से ही कैलकुलेशन करना है 33 into 27, then people will be ahead of you. Three roses example of shrinkflation. Okay, what is three roses? What's my view on starting production of liquid detergent business? I think great business if you can pull it off. Is the knowledge of AI important for CAs? Absolutely yes. See, AI बोलना आसान है, but AI is a very broad term. क्या knowledge लोगे आप AI की? You should rather start using AI rather than getting knowledge of AI. कि AI काम कैसे करता है? Start using AI and use your time that you save on something else. Maybe study more. Maybe do an external business. Start doing a business which is based out of AI. Help people with AI services. करो ना. Who's stopping you? Do I think that each government or political party which comes to power have their favorites in terms of business segment? Absolutely. See, again, too political, but that's human nature. One day Reliance chairman changed, stock market went down. Actually, that's going to happen. That's what they're trying not to do. That's why they're doing all this pomp show. Did you know in financial year 1970-71 maximum income tax is 98%? Oh, I was not aware of that. The pairs were also very less that time, okay? But 98% income tax. So you just got 2% to spend for yourself. Thank God we were not born then. One night share rate is going high in behind secret strategy planning by company. Yes or no? Yes, Tamesh, that is right. Do I know financially? Okay, I read that. Thank you. Why some branded products in other countries available in India? Why some branded products in other countries not available in India? That is their strategy. They don't want to come to India. Indian consumer doesn't pay the price they want. Like CAGPT, yes, you can use that. Internal system changing impact on external system. It will be easier to calculate. Yeah. Right. So internal system changes again risk. GPT is kind of new Google. Yeah, I know it's more like a search engine rather than helping you with more stuff. It's more about getting answers to questions. Oh, Three Roses tea brand. Oh, okay. I've never used Three Roses, so I don't know. But okay, got it. Shrinkflation for Three Roses tea brand. Arun, मेरे दोस्त, I've read 98% income tax. We have sent that 6 times. Okay, I've read it 98% था. Do you want me to pay 98%? CAGPT helps you solve practical questions but unable to solve and check your concept. Still evolving, still evolving. That's why I am still here. Om Krishna, that's why I'm still here and would want to stay here unless an AI bot comes and cartoon starts teaching you. I would be happy to be here. Is there any company which provides strategy services? Many. I gave you names: EY, Deloitte, KPMG, McKinsey, Bain, BCG, Kearney, many more. Hardik, do I practice? Yes, I practice yoga. No, I've been working in industry for the last 6, 7 years. So I wish I do practice someday for sure. That's what CAs love to do more. But let's see how things pan out. Okay, I think we've answered all the questions. What we'll do now is, okay, it's already 9:20, so let's wrap up the class for today. Any questions, any doubts, you can feel free to drop in, or tomorrow as well. I'll try to solve that. Keep your questions there. We'll meet tomorrow and solve those questions again. We'll start with where we stopped today, chapter number 2. So be present, be on time. I'll try to be on time, right? And I see a question, and then probably let's have which industry do you work, please? Multiple. I worked in multiple industries, right? Currently, I work in pharma, so yes, but I worked in e-commerce, I worked in IT, I worked in multiple industries. Best way to remember FM strategy: revise and solve questions. Okay, with that, everybody's saying thank you back to you. A big thank you back to you for being so responsive. Okay, I'll take up all the questions that come up. I can solve that tomorrow as well. Let's wrap up for today. I'll give you 10 minutes back from the class and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for joining and goodbye. See you tomorrow.